What's going on with today's video? Is Apex Legends gameplay video. Today's title is How to Play Bangalore in Season 4 of Apex Legends. So today we're going to be talking about Bangalore's passive, her tactical, and her ultimate in a much more specific way. I don't think I've ever done Bangalore in How to Play episode, but hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Bangalore was one of those legends that I first made when the game launched, and she's just badass, man. I love her smokes, I love her double time ability, and I'm going to go into much more specific ways you can use that and just be as effective as possible in the battlefield. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. If you do, please make sure to like, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so I wanted to quickly mention that if you click on any of my videos, you guys will see a link in the description, and let me show you guys. So let's say you click on any of the videos, it says Apex coins on sale. If you click that link, it's going to take you to this website called cdkeys.com. It's a really trusted website around the world for video games at a really low discount. Sometimes it's super low and it's pretty badass because you could get these games at a really good deal. But essentially, I thought to myself, what's the best way to help support the channel and at the same time save yourself some money? I think this is the best way. And honestly, if you're looking to purchase the battle pass, for season 4, or if you're looking to purchase more Apex coins, open more Apex packs, this is a good way to do it because you're saving yourself some money and you're supporting the channel at the same time. So let's say it's both PlayStation, Xbox Live, and Origin PC, right? So all platforms pretty much. So let's say you're on Origin or you're on PC and you're looking to purchase like 11,500 coins, then that's going to cost you $92.39. That's it. No taxes, nothing. Exactly what you see right there. And they'll send you the code through the email and you'll be able to get that and redeem it. And it's really trusted website. You don't have to worry about scams. It's not a scam or anything like that. I want to send you guys there. It's honestly legit. And it's pretty badass, man. You save yourself some money and you help support the channel by clicking the link in the description. Thank you guys so much and enjoy the video. So the first thing's her passive. Her passive is described as double time. Taking fire while sprinting makes you move faster for a brief time. So the ability activates upon being hit or when bullets/grenades miss you. So they barely grace you, the ability is going to activate. This gives you a 30% increase in run speed for 2 seconds. It used to be for 40% increased speed, but they nerfed it and it went from 40% increased speed to 3 seconds to 30% increased speed to 2 seconds. So knowing that her passive gives you those 2 seconds of 30% increased speed boost, it's crazy to be able to use that in gunfights, and I'm going to be talking about that later. So you can utilize her double time speed boost effectively using cover and just your environment and smokes to escape from a certain situation. You can also use her passive as well for engaging in gunfights, making you a much more harder target to hit. It's pretty hard to hit a Bangalore whenever you're in a gunfight and her speed boost activates. It's really difficult, and a really good Bangalore knows how to utilize that. The big thing here I wanted to talk about is hip firing versus ADSing. So the reason you should be hip firing a little bit more in close quarters with Bangalore, and just any character, this goes with any character, but Bangalore, since she has this speed boost, it's better for you to hip fire because it makes you a much more difficult target to hit since your mobility is at 100% and you get that increased 30% increased speed boost. It just makes you a very difficult target to hit. When you're ADSing, your movement speed decreases by a little bit, so that includes with Bangalore. So you have to keep that in mind. In close quarters, if you don't ADS and you learn how to hip fire and you practice your hip firing skill, you'll be able to just destroy people sometimes, and you'll have enough shields and enough health to continue in other gunfights if you have to. So those are the biggest things, is hip firing versus ADSing. Sometimes I can't tell you exactly the situations that you have to ADS and hip firing, but because we all have different preferences. But essentially, just understand that hip firing, it makes you a much more harder target to hit. That's strafing and strafing wise and all that stuff. It's just much more difficult to hit a Bangalore that's hip firing because of her speed boost than a Bangalore that is ADSing. Just think about it that way. As far as her tactical is called the smoke launcher. Fire a high velocity smoke canister that explodes into a smoke wall on impact. Really useful. It has 2 charges. The launcher fires canisters farther than grenades, so that's really helpful. Canister explosion deals 10 damage to enemies. So if you have someone one shot behind a rock, you don't have any throwables, you can just shoot your smoke towards them, and if they're literally one shot, they're going to get knocked. The cooldown in this is 33 seconds. Things that the smoke can be super effective with is blocking the line of sight of enemies that have a power position. So a power position is whenever a team has high ground or a position that is going to help them win the game. Essentially, it's like the God spot. You know, if they defend that area, they're going to have a huge advantage. What you do is you want to try to block the line of sight, you know, on that enemy team. So you throw your smokes or you shoot your smokes towards that enemy team, blocking their line of sight. And the only way they're going to be able to see through that is if they have a bloodhound or if they have a digital threat. And usually a lot of people don't like using digital threats because of the fact that it throws their aim off. And, you know, it's just a lot of practice. And if you get really good, if you're a Bangalore, you should be using digital threats as much as possible. It's a huge advantage in battle. Smoking your team for cover, not giving enemies a clear shot. That's, again, blocking the line of sight. Use double time and smoke launcher to either escape or engage in a fight. So if you combine both of her abilities, including the double time and the smoke launcher, it just makes Bangalore a very annoying character to chase. And a lot of people are not going to shoot at a Bangalore because of that fact. The fact that she has her double time ready to go almost instantly and just can move at a 30% increased speed boost faster than any other legend, really. Unless, you know, you have an Octane or a Pathfinder that could chase her down, she could be a really annoying legend. So the counter to her smokes is digital threats and the Bloodhound ultimate. The Watson interception pylon shoots down the smoke canisters, so you have to keep that in mind whenever you have to smoke a team. And if they have a Watson, just understand they might have a Watson pylon behind that cover. Try to use the environment around you as efficiently as possible. I can't stress that enough. I talk about it in almost every single video. As any legend, you should be thinking about your environment. Try to use that environment around you as efficiently as possible. And if you have to use a cover, I've had so many instances where I'm trying to loot a box and I'm getting shot at across the map and it's super annoying. So what I do is I try to smoke that box and I try to loot it. I also try to smoke my teammates. I'll smoke enemies. You know, the smoke launcher is such a huge thing, but unless, you know, again, they have a Watson interception pylon, that's the only counter to it, or Bloodhound ultimate or digital threat. So now we move on to Bangalore's ultimate, and that is Rolling Thunder. The description says, call in an artillery strike that slowly creeps across the landscape. When missiles stick to the ground, they have 8 seconds before exploding, so you can kind of time it. Each explosion deals 40 damage and slows enemies / teammates. Now, it doesn't hurt your teammates, but you have to keep in mind whenever you're using your ultimate, it slows down your teammates. So it doesn't deal any damage, obviously, but it will slow down your teammates, essentially immobilizing them. The missiles land in a 6x6 square space. Ultimate should be used for most part defensively, in my opinion. Since it slows down teammates, essentially immobilizing them, it just makes it really annoying to, you know, try to offensively try to push something and then the missiles explode in your face and then now you're stunned. Your screen turns a little black, by the way, as well, and you're stunned and you're just not mobile. And a huge thing in Apex Legends is to always be mobile. That way you make it a much more difficult target to hit. You could also use it offensively. I'm not saying it can't be used offensively, but her ultimate, for the most part, I think 9 times out of 10 a good Bangalore would probably use it defensively. You know, whenever you're getting pinned down, or whenever you have to heal, your teammates are low, you throw down your ultimate, and if you combine that with other ultimates from other legends, it could be deadly. But by itself, it's not as effective. You know, the only thing that can counter it is obviously the Watson pylon. You know, her ultimate should be used for the most part defensively, in my opinion. Offensively, it can be used to get enemies out of a certain area. Since you know that the ultimate's going to be a 6x6 space, then you can kind of figure out, okay, this area is probably going to stun enemies if they're there. Again, if they have a Watson, you have to be careful with that. But outside of that, like, you can cover a certain area, and if you're trying to chase someone down, you can restrict that area. You can make them move towards somewhere else. But yeah, those are the biggest things. I feel like whenever you're chasing someone down with the ultimate, you should be careful because, again, it slows down your teammates. And just everything in this video, hopefully it was helpful. If it did help you out, please make sure to like, subscribe if you guys haven't. Hit that notification bell. Any questions, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh my god, this guy, what the fuck does he have?
On my marker.
Incoming care package.
You're dead.
Reloading. shields a recharge.
Oh my god.
Reloading.
Trouble here. Reloading. Bad guys here.
Reloading.
Jesus. Oh, I'm dead.
Oscar Mike, I'm spotted. Give me a sec. Recharging shields. Taking a knee. Catching up.
Someone's out there.
Reloading. Go down. Arcstar out. Throwing Arcstar.
Throwing. Grenade out. Healing. Ah, this is taking too long.
Tango killed.
Good kill, friend.
Contact.
He fell down. What was he
Hey,
doing?
amigos. This dude's not with us.
Down the target.
Enemies right here.
Down another target. Rings nearby. 1 minute till close. Hostile. My mark. Reloading. Kill confirmed.
In close proximity. Less than 1 minute. You're the kill leader. Congratulations.
Reloading.
No. There's another squad. Firing. Rings around the corner and we've got 30 seconds. Reloading.
Heads up. Back in the game. Spotted. Double timing.
Fire, friends. Oh no. Right on our position. Watch out. The ring's close. 10 seconds.
Down to target. Smoke out. It's on. Rings moving.
Contact with target. Enemies right here. Reloading.
Tango near me.
Reloading. Grappling. To kill us. There's another squad. We've got company. Giving my shields a recharge.
Touching down. They usually take pop and smoke.
No, we're not alone. Bad dudes over there.
Give me a second. Smoke out. Taking a minute. 1 sec.
Probably gonna need my help for these guys.
Give my shields a recharge.
Reloading.
He's got one of those.
I am taking fire, friend.
Incoming frag.
One. I'm pushing.
Downed one. Friends, reload. That one's out. I have been down.
Body shield here. Level 4. You need one if you don't have it. Oscar Mike, I'm spotted. Pop and smoke. Give my shields a recharge. Using a med kit. 1 sec. Reloading. Tango down.
Close.
Give me a sec. Recharge my shield.
They're not getting back up from that. One more incoming. Ring right there. So close. So close.
Reloading. Give me a sec. Recharging shield. 45 seconds. Reloading.
Got trouble here. Firing. Still ring close. Let's go. Reloading.
Trying to third party, buddy? You trying to third party? Not today.
Shield battery here.
I am taking fire, friend.
What the fuck?
Gracias.
Not gonna move.
Just boys around here.
Get in the chimney.
I'm going in.
Eat
Got an enemy out there.
lead. Give my shield
I like how they have G7s. 53 on him. The fuck?
Off the mic. I'm spotted. Taking fire. Give my shield
No, 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 no. Use this shit though.
Bad guys, let's go.
Contact. Up in the chimney.
Oh, I
Giving my
messed that up.
recharge.
Let's relocate here.
Yep.
Off the mic. I'm spotted. Old Painless knocking at the door. Grenade. Eat lead. Airstrike.
Oh my god.
Incoming frag. Using the spotted. Double timing it.
Just fucking fell down.
Reloading. Enemy down.
Give me a sec. Recharging shields.
Reloading. That one's out for the count. Here I go. Healing.
He knows he messed up. He knows. And he owned me. He's won. Good shit, boys. I was trolling. Let's go, dude.
You are the Apex champion.
He messed up. I didn't care. I wanted to kill him. Gee, dude. What? Almost a 4K with Bangalore? I'm so... What?